Little Big Man is a much overlooked and unusual historical western. It has Dustin Hoffman as a now heavily made up as the 121-year-old Jack Crabb looking back on his life and giving an alternative view of American history than is standard in most westerns. Jack that tells the story from when he was 10 years old and he and his sister survived the killing of their parents by one Indian tribe, only to be rescued by another. Jack is then named Little Big Man due to his height and his bravery, most notably early on in saving the life of a Cheyenne called Younger Bear. Not that this is appreciated by Younger Bear, who takes an active dislike to Jack. Later on, Jack is then recaptured by the US cavalry, reluctantly swaps his native life for that of the settlers. As he grows up, he goes through various careers, including a snake oil salesman, gunslinger, partner in a general store, a drunk, a hermit. All kinds of things go on around him, including bumping into Custer and Younger Bear, who is now a contrary, an unusual form of behaviour, but one that actually did exist in native culture. After all these adventures, he again comes into contact with Custer just before the Battle of the Little Bighorn, and then he directs him into the disaster which follows, and at the end of the battle, Younger Bear saves Jack's life, repaying the debt. The film attempts to rebalance the portrayal of Native Americans in films, and whilst broadly accurate, there are some minor errors, and the balancing does tend to swing a little too far. Probably the most productive debunking in the film is that of Custer, who, far from being a heroic figure, was a military incompetent who, due to his poor decisions and failure to follow orders, managed to get his command completely wiped out. The film neatly balances out the individual characters' relationships in the context of history and culture that are often totally outside their control, but Hoffman managed to get the audience to sympathise with Jack and all he's experienced. Certainly an interesting watch.